You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Monday. My name is Brock. Rolling solo on the show today because, WrestleMania was this weekend, and Dalby always takes the Monday after WrestleMania off. Heads up, there is a lot of Leafs talk after the big game last night, but don't worry if you don't like hockey. I was able to spin some Leafs talk into other conversations.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
How about a round of applause for those Toronto Maple Leafs last night? Woo! Huge W to kick off that series against Ottawa. How are my Leafs fans feeling this morning? I mean, I guess the even better question is, how are my Senators fans feeling this morning? What a game. I mean, can't get too excited. Seen this before. A hot start. But, really starting to feel like a Battle of Ontario throughout that entire game. I mean, especially just the last part of the third period there really started to feel like some old school hockey. I think there was like 16 minutes worth of penalties handed out in the last minute there. Max Domi bringing out a little bit of his old man there too. Excited to see what comes in that from game two. I will say, you got to imagine there was a lot of Sens fans yelling at the TV last night. I mean, overall, it is a bad time to be a TV. Like, this has got to be one of the worst times of the year to be a TV. You got the NHL and the NBA playoffs on right now. If TVs had emotions, they're probably feeling like a little kid holding a flashlight for their dad. I'm just saying, if TVs could talk and they had a therapist, they would be venting a lot about Ottawa Senators fans today.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
In honor of all the Sens fans yelling at their TVs last night, I asked you, what inanimate object do you think gets yelled at the most?
Definitely traffic lights after you've hit 3 red lights in a row.
Yeah, traffic lights are catching strays all the time, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, they deserve it. I mean, just let us get where we're going.
Well, I think we all have one traffic light in the city that we specifically hate, too.
Oh, you know you're never going to make that green.
I think the number one, though, is still the coffee table. A lot of people texted that in. A few people texting in microphones, which, I mean, yeah, that's literally their job. Video game controllers is another one. Nothing worse than having a video game smashing those things get used and abused. Someone said alarm clocks as well. Just getting greeted in the most unfortunate way just for doing your job. If they had feelings, alarm clocks would be crying all the time. I've also got Chris on the phone. Chris, what inanimate object do you think gets yelled at the most?
Well, it'll be the phone, obviously, I think.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one, actually.
Well, when you're getting calls from people that you don't necessarily want them from, spammers, scammers, all that kind of stuff, that's what I'd be on that, just to screw with them.
It's funny because the phone gets yelled at even when you're not on a call, too.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like in the most abusive relationship, if you think about it.
Yes, and you can slam them down, too, when you're mad.
Oh, just even sometimes the stuff that you're Googling, too, they're like, why are you putting me through this?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Can you explain to me, why do you hate the Toronto Maple Leafs? I'm hearing from the haters this morning after that big Leafs win last night. I feel like everybody who's not a Leafs fan just despises the Leafs. Sometimes I feel like people personally just love to hate them. It's kind of like the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Dallas Cowboys are two of those teams. But, I know why I hate the Habs and the Bruins. It's mainly just because they were forced upon me as a kid. I mean, my mom's side of the family, they're all Canadiens fans. Dad's side of the family, they're all Boston fans. I got one of those weird situations, almost like, you remember that book, The Sweater, as a kid, where the kid wants the Montreal jersey, but his mom gives him the Leafs one? I had like the Uno reverse card as that. I got tons of baby pictures wearing Montreal and Boston jerseys. Hell, I remember playing Timbits hockey and getting made fun of for wearing a Montreal jersey. Although once I was able to think for myself, I feel like I made the right decision. Then again, it has been a tough decision, but a right one nonetheless. But then again, my grandpa, who passed away last year, was a die-hard Habs fan my entire life. And I only found out like a few days before he died that this guy was originally a Leafs fan. Yeah, apparently when he moved to Toronto from Winnipeg, he worked at the Toronto Star in like the printing room. he claimed that nobody wanted to make bets against the Leafs. So that's why he started cheering on the Habs. All my life, I thought this guy was like a lifelong diehard fan. Turns out he was just a degenerate gambler.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, Justice, explain to me, why do you hate the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I hate the Toronto Maple Leafs because overall, they're the biggest losers over the Canadian teams, so they get the stick.
I do feel like the Leafs are almost like the Nickelback of sports teams, you know?
Well, they definitely are. Like, they probably have a few good, decent guys on their team, but that don't matter. They wear blue.
Yeah, like, just like Nickelback, they can put out all the bangers that they want, and people are still going to crap all over them.
Exactly. Like, honestly, even if they win this year, they're still going to be like, it was luck.
Always. The Leafs can never do anything right.
Well, also, you got to remember, most people just hate Toronto, the city in general. Sorry if you're from Toronto and you're hearing this.
You know what? No, I get that. I hate the city of Toronto, but man, do I love those Leafs.
So it's like, when you compare it to the team, it's like the Toronto Argonauts are a decent team for what they do, but you still hate on them.
Yeah, that is a valid point. I think just the city of Toronto is the reason why the Leafs catch a lot of flack. I've got Devin on the phone. Devin, could you explain why you hate the Leafs?
The Leafs is the fans.
I will admit,
the fans.
Leafs fans can be quite insufferable at times. Speaking as one, yeah.
You guys won game 1 of round 1. Let's act like we've been here before, guys.
Well, we haven't been there in a long time is what you got to remember. So we're like a guy who doesn't get laid much in his marriage, so we get excited at little things, you know?
That one anniversary you got some.
Yeah. Dude, we are looking forward to Valentine's Day more than anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, that means you've already got your one. That means you're getting no more first round, so enjoy it.
We'll find out, my man. We'll find out.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Here's some pretty good news. Apparently, almost 2 million Canadians voted early on Friday, setting a new record for the first day of advanced voting, according to Elections Canada, which a round of applause to everyone out there who got out early. You can still hit the polls this week with our federal election coming up next Monday. Yeah, it was like that thing just approached super fast. And, you know, I always hate it when elections come around. We just had it with the provincial election. There's always people that's like, I'm not going to vote. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to vote. It doesn't matter. I'll say this. Vote because it does matter, but also vote because, I mean, there's other reasons. I mean, maybe you like stickers. They gave out free stickers when you get there. You can put one on your mini fridge or something. Maybe you like stealing pencils. You can steal a nice little pencil there as well. Maybe you just need some social interaction. There's going to be a huge lineup when you go. If you haven't talked to anyone in a while, you just haven't been around people, there you go. You can be a little bit of social. If you want to escape from your family or your roommates, I mean, the lines are usually long. You're just looking for some time to kill. That's the reason to go vote right there. I mean, if you want an extra break from work legally, I think it's like if you work an 8-9 hour shift legally, they have to let you go. Plus, I mean, mainly, think about all the countries in the world who don't have that privilege. Plus, I know it's a classic thing that everybody says, but if you don't vote, you're not allowed to complain, in my opinion. And complaining, that's everybody's favorite thing to do. So get out there and vote.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I feel like there's a lot of Ottawa Senators fans that officially hate Van Halen's Panama. After having to hear this 6 times last night during the Leaf game. A lot of people are hating it. It's my all-time favorite Van Halen song as of right now. But I get it, man. Like, they keep playing it 6 times. That would drive you crazy. Leave a stale taste in your mouth. I mean, dude, whenever I go to an Ottawa Senators game and the Leafs lose, I officially hate Blur's song, too, for like a week there. I feel like for most parents, and I mean, I'm not a parent, but I've heard lots of people say this, their most hated song of all time has got to be this one. Which I want to apologize for just even bringing it up, putting it into your brain right now. I'd have to say, if there's one song that I absolutely hate, I mean, I guess it's not a real song, it's a commercial song, but it's got to be this.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877
Kill me. Kill me. This is worse than Baby Shark. You hear this once and it's stuck in your head for the rest of the day. I mean, I got nothing against kids. I got nothing but love for children out there, but and F them kids as soon as I hear this song.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
What song do you hate, Art?
I'm going to say the theme song to Caillou. That whiny little bugger taught kids how to whine and get what you want.
I'm Caillou. I'm Caillou. You know,
exactly.
I said Baby Shark. I think there's a whole nother generation of parents that hate Caillou way more.
Exactly.
It's probably the Mount Rushmore has got to be like what? Caillou, Baby Shark, Barney, and what else would you add to that?
I would throw in Blippi.
Blippi, yeah. Any kids' TV show theme song, pretty much.
Exactly.
We've also got friend of the show, Robert, on the phone. Robert, what's a song that you absolutely hate?
Pushing Up the Daisies by Ween.
After this show.
Pushing Up the Daisies. Why do you hate that one?
Have you heard that song?
I mean, true.
Like, seriously, the man couldn't intentionally sing more off-key if he wanted to.
Sounds like a guy attempting karaoke is what it sounds like.
Yeah, 100%. Like, the first time I heard that song, I'm like, what the is this? Then I heard it again, and I'm like, holy shit, that wasn't in my head.
It's most definitely one of those ones that doesn't age gracefully on you, you know?
Oh, God, no. And the thing is we have some damn good songs.
That one's debatable in my opinion. All right, we'll take one more call. We got Ashley on the phone. Ashley, what song absolutely grinds your gears?
I cannot stand with every ounce of me the song "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen or whatever her name is. I can't stand it.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe.
What about the song really chaps your ass?
I honestly don't know. Literally, like, it's not even one of those things where I just heard it too many times and now I'm sick of it. I just, like, from the first time I heard it, I was like, this is a really dumb song.
Did you ever give your number to someone and they didn't call you? Is this like a triggering thing or?
You know what, Brock? I think we may be going a little bit too deep here.
A little too inside baseball on that one?
Yeah. It's too early to go that deep, Dr. Brock.
The Brock and Dobby Podcast.
The greatest thing about the Stanley Cup playoffs was the game against Dallas and Colorado. And there was that super hot blonde behind the Colorado bench, I think. Oh, maybe the Dallas one. I can't quite remember. But she had the best shirt on. My cup size is Stanley. I don't even know who won the game.
I don't know if you guys watched the game. Yeah, this girl was sitting right behind the Dallas bench there. And it's kind of become a thing the past few playoffs where, like, these pretty good-looking females sit behind the bench. Now, apparently, this girl, like the ones from previous years, was an OnlyFans model, which is honestly great marketing. Like Brother Jay said, she's got the Dallas Stars logos over her chest piece there. With the my cup size is Stanley. And honestly, I think that's great advertising. I don't know why more businesses don't do stuff like that. You know, advertising your OnlyFans is one thing, but if you run a local business, buy tickets behind the bench for a big game, or even better, behind home plate at a baseball game, that's the best advertisement. I mean, ball games, like 90% of the time, if you're sitting behind home plate, you're going to be on camera. I don't know if there's rules behind that with the advertising kind of thing. But, I mean, what was that scary movie, Smile or whatever? They did the marketing with the creepy folks sitting there just staring the whole time. I mean, you got a plumbing company, you're a lawyer. Maybe you even just want to apologize to your girlfriend. Could be the move, man.
This is the Brock and Dobby Podcast.
Apparently, if someone yawns around you, that means they like you. Yeah, according to a new study, you are more likely to yawn around people that you actually like. Yeah, the research indicates that contagious yawning is more prevalent around individuals who share close emotional bonds with each other. You know, like your family members, close friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that kind of stuff. They say there is a stronger social bond between individuals who know each other than acquaintances or strangers, and thus makes them yawn. Which honestly sounds like it was written by a dude who got yelled at for yawning in a meeting or something. I mean, I believe science, though. Science never lies. It's a great thing to keep in your back pocket. Next time you're listening to someone's boring-ass story and you're trying to get lucky, just be like, oh, no. Sorry, babe. I wasn't yawning. Just, we have such a good connection. Anyways, you want to go back to my house?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast. $1,000 minutes.
All right, right now we have got Luke on the phone. Luke, how you doing this morning, brother?
Excellent, my friend. How's everything?
Oh, doing good, doing good. Let's see if we can put $1,000 in your pocket. 10 questions, 60 seconds. Luke, would you consider yourself a smart man?
Oh, my fiance would say otherwise, but I think I am.
All right, okay. Well, we will find out if your fiance is right or not. You want to just get into it, buddy?
Let's go, boss.
All right, we'll start the timer here. 3, 2, 1. What is 68 plus
69.
1? What is the capital of PEI?
Charlottetown.
Who did the Leafs beat last night?
Ottawa. What
day is St. Patrick's Day on?
March 17th.
Which fictional city is the home of Batman?
Gotham.
Name the pirate that Johnny Depp plays in Pirates of the Caribbean.
God. Pass.
What continent do we live in?
North America.
How many days are in a leap year?
366.
What food does Popeye like to eat?
Spinach.
And finally, who is the singer of the band The Tragically Hip?
God, no way. God, I don't pass.
Oh, 2 passes here. Oh, you were doing so good. Unfortunately, you know that means
I know.
You're not getting $1,000 this morning. You did perfect on everything, minus the name of the pirate that Johnny Depp plays in the Pirates of the Caribbean. That had you stumped.
Please tell me what it is.
Jack Sparrow.
I'm not a big movie fan. Yeah.
And then finally, this one really surprised me. The lead singer of the Tragically Hip. It's Gord Downie, man.
Gord Downie. I'm not a big fan of the Tragically Hip, to be fair.
Ooh. You know, usually I don't do this unless someone gets 5 answers wrong, but just because you said that, man, I have to do it to you.
Shame. Give me the shame. Give me the shame. Give me the shame. Yeah, give me the shame. It's all good.
No $1,000, but you do get a shame bell this morning, my man.
It's all good, my friend.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is acme. Yep, acme. A-C-M-E.
I thought you said acne.
Acme. And it's the point at which something or someone is best or perfect. No one's ever perfect. Anyways, whatever. Let's just move under. Have a great one. Cheers, you're up.
I mean, some would say after that game last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs are most definitely very acme. I mean, also acme, you could use it in a kind of a cutesy way, a sweet thing to say to the missus, like, you're acme to me, babe. Or kids listening on the way to school right now, if you want to sound smart to your parents, if you ever get 100% on one of your tests, go, I got acme on my test. It'll confuse your parents. They'll have no idea what you're talking about. Also, it's just kind of hitting me now. You know, like watching Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, all his dynamite weapons and tools were labeled acme. I'm just realizing the irony of that now, of it being perfect or the best, and they're always blowing up in his face. That's brilliant. How am I just realizing that now? Acme, acme, acme. Use it wherever you can, all right?
Want to be a part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the Bad Line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word BAD to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.